Hello everybody and welcome to the TARDIS Zone. So over the last couple of weeks we've been getting rumour after rumour about potential showrunners and potential doctors, and I'm going to do a little live stream here and prove to you why all the people that are talking about all of this stuff are talking out of their arse and are talking complete nonsense. So, without further ado, we'll start with the first rumour of Sally Wainwright. So this was a name that was bounced around by Council of Geeks, and then Mr. TARDIS retweeted it, and then we had the Radio Times then pick up on it and actually do an article on the bloody thing. But all it would have took is a little bit of research to show you that this is actually complete nonsense, and Sally won't be anywhere near Doctor Who because she's working for Disney. Yes, she's working for Disney, so she won't be actually working on Doctor Who. Even in the Radio Times article, they say that he doesn't have first-hand information, right? But yet they've ran with this peculiar article where they try and justify these rumours. Now I'll show you the headline from the article. I'll get it up now. I do have the Sally stuff ready to go, but I should have got the Radio Times stuff up just to show you. But I'll show you how ridiculous all of this actually is, right? These are people, right, as I said earlier, right? These people are going to try control the narrative, right? And it's funny that Mr. TARDIS, right, retweets it. Then the Radio Times post. See, they're all in it together, folks. They're all in it together, they are. But I'm going to show you that it's actually complete nonsense, right? It's quite simply all nonsense because she's working for Disney. And I'm going to show you that she's working for Disney. So I'm going to show you this first. So I'm going to show you this stupid article. And it is a stupid article because if the journalists had two brain cells, they would have and done a bit of research. They would have seen that this rumor is complete nonsense. Now, Council of Geeks, as far as I know, has never done Doctor Who rumors before, and apparently they got this word off someone that works in the industry, but yet they didn't get first-hand information. It's a lot of crap. So is Sally Wainwright the next Doctor Who showrunner? The rumours are explained, right? So it goes there to say where it is, where is it? So that's our TV. So where did this rumour come from, right? Well, it seems to originate from YouTube channel Council of Geeks, right? And he says, I might know who the next Doctor Who showrunner is. Now, as I said, yeah, right? But listen to this line, right? Their source being a figure in the industry who does not have first-hand knowledge, but who is friends with someone who does have first-hand knowledge. That's bullshit, right? And I'll tell you why it's bullshit anyway. So there's the headline, right? So is Sally Wainwright the next Doctor Who showrunner? I could tell you now emphatically that ain't true. And how do I know? Well, I'll get you up this little article here. I have it all ready to go, right? So, she's working for the mouse. Disney Plus unveils trio of UK scripted shows from Happy Valley Killing Eve creatives. BAFTA winner, writer Sally Wainwright, Happy Valley Gentleman Jack Killing Eve, producer Sally Woodward, Gentle, and producers Faith Penhale, Les Miserables, and Stephen Garrett, the night manager. I don't really give a crap what they did, right? The service has unveiled 2 star originals, including one debut from screenwriter Emmett Morgan and one Disney branded project. This brings the streamer European originals to 14. So they're going to be working for Disney. Penned by Wainwright, The Ballad of the Renegade Nell is billed as Disney's branded swashbuckling adventure series. So Wainwright is not going to be working for BBC. She's working for the mouse, right? So that's one rumor I can actually dismiss and call bullshit. She hasn't been approached. I have been given news tonight, but I can't say anything. But I can tell you categorically that Sally Wainwright will not be showrunner of Doctor Who, right? I can categorically say that, right? She won't be. Also, there's talks about Hayley Atwell. There's rumours out there that Hayley Atwell is going to be the next Doctor. Well, she's starring in that show, What If? And I think that's what it's called, isn't it? What If? So she's already got work, right? Then you've also got Michaela Cole. She's also doing a bit of work as well. I've noticed something, right? All of these people that they have mentioned, from Sally to the who might be the new Doctor, all of these people are actually working for someone else. Michaela Cole is going to be busy. Hayley Atwell is busy. Jodie Comer will be busy, right? So none of this is true. They're just banding out names because, as I said from the beginning, right? As I said from the beginning, these people are trying to control the narrative, right? Radio Times, what kind of journalists do they have at Radio Times when they're spewing crap like that from YouTubers like Council of Geeks, right? Absolutely no track record, and they're reporting on it. And because it's tweeted by Mr. TARDIS and others, it seems to be relevant to make news out of it. Well, sorry to let you know, none of it is true. I've already shown you there now. She's going to be busy with Disney, right? So she's ruled out. Okay? Also, as I said, Hayley Atwell's going to be very busy. Michaela Cole's going to be very busy. So I've noticed all of these actors and actresses, I should say, that they're mentioning, within a couple of days of being mentioned, there's an announcement that they're doing this, that, or the other kind of project, right? Or if someone has done what I did tonight, simple investigating will show that this Sally Wainwright nonsense, and that's what it is. It's nonsense. She's working for Disney. She's not going to be going anywhere near Doctor Who. Trust me. And by the way, all I will say is that she's not even in the frame, right? That's all I could say without giving. I can't give that away, but all I'll just say is she's not in the frame, right? So it's bull. It's bull. Just because it's retweeted by idiots out there that have shielded this current era doesn't make it true. Doesn't make it true. I'm sick of these people coming out and trying to as I said, they're trying to control the narrative here, right? The British public and Doctor Who fans have made it clear who they want to be the next Doctor, right? It's being reported all over the news who the next Doctor should be. And there, scrolling across your screen there is hashtag Sheen for 14. He is the guy that fans and the British public have said they'd like to see as the new Doctor. This is the media outlets have been reporting on that, right? Now, doesn't mean he'll get the job, right? But right now, he's going to be filming Good Omens too. But by the time that's finished, there will be an opening for him to do Doctor Who. Because people seem to think that, that we're going to get, good Michael Sheen won't be able to do it because, of the time scale. But as I said already, Series 12, or Series 13, I should say, starts in maybe October, November of this year. right? Then you have your New Year special, right? And as I have speculated myself on this channel, you'll probably have one Easter, and they'll probably drag the next one until the New Year. They could do that, right? That gives BBC plenty of time to find the right person to show run and the right person to become the doctor. For all those YouTubers out there that are saying that they've already made their decisions, they have not made any decisions. And that is a blatant lie, and I will come out and say it. Now, the last time we had this rubbish, people were saying that Series 13 was already filming and all this, and it turned out not to be true. And I was one of those that was saying that was complete bullshit, and it turned out to be the truth. Now, I'm telling you now that this is all complete bullshit. Nobody has been chosen to show run, and nobody has been chosen to be the new doctor. Okay? No decisions have been made as of yet. Now, there are names being thrown into the frame, which I can't mention right now, but all I will say is this, that Sally Wainwright is not one of them anyway. Okay? She's definitely not a name that's on the list. She's working for Disney. She's going to be busy. Same with Hayley Atwell. She's going to be busy with her show. And as I said, Michaela Cole, she's going to be busy with her show. So all of these people that they're mentioning, whether it's a showrunner or a doctor. And by the way, do you notice that all the choices are female doctors? Actresses. They're all actresses, right? And every time they mention one, right, all people have to do is do a little bit of research and you find out that they're actually working on different projects, right? It's actually ridiculous that that Radio Times journalist there didn't do research, right? And if they had done research, they would have seen that Sally is actually working for Disney. But this is the kind of joke journalism that we're getting. But it's because, as I said, these fans, right, and the shills behind the Radio Times, right, they're all shilling behind another female doctor, right? They're a female showrunner. They're trying to control the narrative, right? So I don't know where they're getting all of this bull from, but I'm surprised that the Radio Times. Don't get me wrong. I don't think the Radio Times is much of a rag. You know, it's expensive toilet paper, but I mean, this level of journalism is just beyond me. I mean, how you can report on a YouTube rumor, right, from someone that doesn't have a track record and has said that they haven't gotten the information from a first-hand source, that a friend of theirs got it off someone that they knew, which means it's like being handed down, right? It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, if you want to report on rumors from a YouTuber, well, then come to me. Come to me. Because I tell you one thing, I'm more reliable than half of these idiots out there that are claiming that they have sources, right? But I have to be honest, as I said, the journalism that we've been getting over these last couple of weeks is absolutely disgraceful. They're throwing out names nilly-willy, and most of them can be dismissed. As I said, if you all go and do a bit of research, it doesn't even take that long, right? I was able to find straight away, when I heard this rumor was going, right, I was supposed to do a video on this the weekend just gone, but because of what happened, I never got around to it. But I was already going to dismiss this one, right? Because I all it took was simple research, right, to see that she's working for Disney. So, you know, I think it's irresponsible journalism to actually, you know, be picking up on information that's basically a lie. No, it's not basically a lie. It is a lie. It only takes a little bit of research. And I don't want to, and you know, I know what will happen. The supporters of this particular YouTuber will come out and say, well, they're working for Disney, but you never know, there might be a chance for to do Doctor Who. Right? Rubbish. The only reason why, right, and I said this on Twitter, the only reason why they want Sally Wainwright is because she did Gentleman Jack, which happened to be about a woman who pretended to be a bloke who was a lesbian, right? That's the only reason why they want Sally Wainwright, because they think if they get her in, she'll do a gay doctor, or she'll do a bisexual doctor, or she'll do a lesbian doctor. That's all they're interested in, right? Because these kids who they pander to, all they think about is their genitals, right? All they think about who's sleeping with who and who's doing who, right? That's all they care about. They don't care about storylines or anything like that. Even again, we're getting this bullshit about Yaz and the doctor, right? There has been nothing to indicate that those two were ever going to have a relationship. But yeah, these kids think that they should, that there is something there. They imagine these things. Right? It's absolutely ridiculous journalism from this fella or whoever wrote this article. Who wrote this article? Who's the journalist? I'm not surprised. Morgan Jeffrey wrote the article for the Radio Times. I'm not surprised. I'm actually not surprised. So they try, in that article that they put up eight hours ago, they say Doctor Who show, the rumours explained. The rumours don't need to be explained. It came from third-hand information from a YouTuber that isn't reliable, and you decided to go with it because you got nothing better to report on. Have I got something wrong there? No, because that's exactly what it is, right? I'm sick of this. As I said, they are trying to control the narrative, right? So what do you do, guys? Hashtag Shame for 14. Keep it going. As I said, we're only sending a message to BBC, but I've noticed every single person that these shills for this era, every time they mention a person rumoured to be the Doctor, it happens to be a woman. And then every woman that they mention, if you do a quick search, you'll find that they're actually working on different projects. They're just throwing out names for the sake of it, hoping that one of them sticks, right? As I said, BBC have not made any decisions on showrunner or new Doctor, right? What I can say is this, without giving anything away, is that BBC is actively right now looking for potential candidates and have reached out. I'm not telling you who they've reached out to, but I know who they've reached out to. But they are actively searching now, but no decisions have been made. Absolutely none. So any YouTuber out there telling you that they've already picked the Doctor and they already know who the showrunner is an absolute liar. Right? And I said this at the time when people were saying that Doctor Who was filming. They were wrong. I called them liars then, and it came out that I was telling the truth. Right? I said exactly when they'd start filming as well, and I was a week out. But I still said that I still got the right month. Right? I told everybody it was bull. Right? And I can tell you now that this is bull. Right? Sally Wainwright, Hayley Atwell, Michaela Cole, any of these names that they've thrown out there are not the Doctor, because BBC is only going through the process right now of selecting candidates and potential showrunners. That's it. I'm sick and tired of this, to be quite honest with you. And then I get accused of spreading false information, right? And my information keeps getting verified, yeah? And these idiots are now, and the Radio Times picking up on it now. See, this is why I told you this hashtag Sheen for 14 is important, because it'll be interesting to see, right, if Jeffrey Morgan or Hugh the Shill Fullerton, right, those journalists that have shilled hard for this era, be very interesting if we got that hashtag trending. Would they actually do an article on it? I doubt it very much, but let's make as much noise as we can. right? I'm fed up the way look how things went with Chibnall. I know, mate. See, this is the thing, John. You know, it's very important. You know, Eddie did make the point. You know that there's people out there already dismissing the show, the next series, not series 13, but the new era before it's even begun. And he says, why not wait and see what it's like first? And I agree. I agree. Already people have dismissed it. Just like you have your people saying that Doctor Who is dead and all of this. Look, there's a chance that this show may well be dead, right? But right now, BBC are still trying to get it out there, and they want it to continue after the specials after Series 13. So they want to do a Series 14. So the show technically right now is not dead. But there's a lot of negativity out there, and that negativity is rubbing off with our fans. I'm still getting resistance towards the hashtag Sheen for 14. I've reached out to Bounding Into Comics to ask them if they would highlight the whole campaign. I haven't had a response yet, but hopefully we do. Trent and the lads there do some good work, so they probably haven't seen me message right now. But again, you know, we need to organize. We need to band together. And I know a lot of you have been hashtagging, and I've been retweeting these hashtags. So for the people that have been doing it, and a lot of you on Twitter have been, I'm not giving out to any of you guys in the chat about this, right? I know the ones that have been shared in the hashtag. But we're not going to get anywhere if we don't get the support of the bigger YouTubers. I keep saying it. And I'm trying my best to try and alert these YouTubers to the situation, and to try get them to support it. But it feels like to me, I'm not having a go at anybody here, but it seems like to me that I'm being ignored. You know, because they have their own biases about, you know, what they believe the show is dead, or it's rest in peace Doctor Who. Yes, I used that hashtag like everybody else because at the time I did think it was over. But as I said, from the information that I've been receiving over the last few months, there seems to be a willingness from the BBC to change when it comes to Doctor Who. So, you know, as I said, you cannot be letting these people control the narrative. And I can't believe the Radio Times would actually report on unsubstantiated rumours from someone that doesn't have a track record and who actually admits that it's their friend that got the information that isn't it, you know what I mean? So it's third-hand information. PD, if you go onto my Twitter account, you will see that I tagged Gary and I tagged Ballstreck in a tweet asking them to support the hashtag. And go in and have a look and see for yourself. I'm not saying anymore. Look, they have their own opinions right now, and they are very angry with the BBC. I am angry, but as I said, I've been willing to put that aside for now because, you know, I want the show to go on like everybody else. We wouldn't be here for the past few years since Jodie Whittaker's been cast, complaining about it, you know, just to walk away. What's the point? What's the point? We're supposed to be fans here. I just didn't like this era. But I have to believe that the next era... And listen, Eddie made the point again, and I think it's a good point. It has to be... It's going to be better than Chris Chibnall and what Jodie Whittaker gave us either way. It's going to be better. I don't know where the negativity is coming from. It's going to be worse. When I've already told people that BBC have already think that Chris Chibnall's gone too far. Right? As I reported on this channel, Do you want a more traditional doctor, more traditional show? Right? And if people doubt that that's going to happen, right? Already look what's happening with Chris Chibnall's era. They've serialized the thing. There's going to be an overarching story arc going through every story. So they've already set some parameters already. So I don't know why fans think it's going to get worse when they've already imposed some of their stuff on Chibnall, right? It's going to be serialized, right? It's going to have an overarching story arc. Now he's writing that bad that it'll probably still be crap. But the fact that he's already changed, right? Remember, in 3 seasons, he's changed the way he's written the show. Series 11, he gave us something completely different, right? And it didn't work, right? Series 12, he went back to the tried and tested, tried to bring back old villains and monsters and stuff like that. Didn't work, right? Series 13, now they're trying to serialize through, and the overarching story arc. So, be under no illusion, BBC are already putting their foot down. And as Eddie has already reported on his Twitter account, that it looks like that the next series could be a co-production. So that's good news. So again, I don't want to, this is why I keep telling people, we just have to, I understand that people are hurt. I understand people are hurt for what BBC did. But for me, I can already see signs that the BBC, when it comes to Doctor Who, are changing their mentality. And fans just have to have a little, look, I understand it, but fans have to start trying to have a little bit more faith now. And there you go. We've already got one big YouTuber in Rabbi supporting it. But in fairness and no disrespect to Rabbi, and he won't take this the wrong way, we need even the bigger ones to get behind it. Like Rabbi's channel keeps growing, and long may it continue. But we need the bigger YouTubers to get behind this, right? I've even seen, I won't say a YouTuber out there who I believe is fake anyway, talking about Doctor Who today. I'm sick of all these frauds, and they're trying to, and even people on our side are trying to control the narrative, telling people that the show is dead. The show is not dead, and people need to stop saying that. The show isn't dead yet. Right? And all the indications, as I said, if you look, right? Serialized series for Series 13. It's going to have an overarching story arc, right? Something that we haven't had in Chris Chibnall's era, right? He might say that he's tried, but he might say that has been the case, but it hasn't. Because nobody understands the time this children rubbish, or even the Joe Martin stuff, because it was never really explained, right? So we need to keep encouraging people. And as I said, if you moderate on these bigger channels, if there's anybody out there that moderates on these bigger channels, they listen to their moderators. So if you could, send them a message and say, listen, hey, I know you might think Doctor Who is dead, and you might think that it's not going to recover. But could you please just get behind this hashtag Sheen for 14, because we want to send a message to the BBC and explain why. Because the big media outlets like Sky News, BBC News are reporting that the fans' favourite to take the role for Doctor 14 is Michael Chin. Right? Well, I've already proven to you that the Sally Wainwright thing is rubbish, right? Hayley Atwell is going to be busy, so she's not going to be the Doctor. Michaela Cole is busy. And I'm waiting to see, a few other names will start dropping. Right? And then you easy research. Again, I'm sick. The amount, the crap journalism that we have had since this era is startling, right? It's absolutely startling. And none of them have integrity either, right? Because some of them that were shilling hard for this era are now coming out against it. And then they come out with all of this propaganda rubbish. Oh, the next doctor is going to be a woman. Oh, the next showrunner is going to be a woman, with absolutely zero evidence to back it up. Right? They're reporting on seriously, man. I'm sick of it. Right? So, I'm not going to stay on long. I know I said that last night, but I'm definitely not. But I just wanted to do this because after seeing the set, because as I said, I was going to do a live stream on this, but obviously, the weekend, as you know, I was a bit upset and stuff like that, so it didn't happen. But I was ready to call this bull, and I have actually. I did it on Twitter. I called it out. It's absolute bull. All it takes is a little bit of research, and that journalist should have more bleeding cop on. Right? Imagine doing a whole article, right, about third-hand information that doesn't even come from reliable sources. And then all you have to do is do a little bit of research and you find out that it's bull, that your woman's going to be working for Disney. And as I said, the only reason why they want Sally Wainwright and they keep pushing people like Sally Wainwright and they keep pushing for a female doctor is, I'm going to be out straight, they want the doctor to be either bisexual or lesbian. Right? That's why they want Sally. Because she did Gentleman Jack. Right? And if anybody's seen that show, Gentleman Jack, you'll know exactly why she's being picked, right? Or being pushed by these people. So the rumours aren't true, right? As I said, BBC, without giving that away because I'm not allowed, but I can tell you now, BBC are actively looking. But they have not made any decisions right now on a doctor or a showrunner. And for those that are saying that it doesn't make sense and all of this, well, Jodie Whittaker's era doesn't end until 2022. Right? When she does those specials. And don't be surprised if they drag the last special to the next year. Right? So that'll be 2023. So that gives BBC plenty of time to make their decisions. Right? They're not going to rush this. The licensees are not happy, right? Apparently HBO, Max, and all of these other people that they had deals with are not happy, So they're in a precarious position right now. So, as I said, don't be listening to unfounded rumours, right? And even as I say, when I do rumours on my channel, take it with a pinch of salt. Wait for an official confirmation, right? Because I'm not claiming that I know what's going on. I don't. I get rumors like everybody else, right? And I try to see if me other sources, as I said, when I get something, I try. Then I go and speak to all my other sources, right? And I see if there's anything in this. And if there is anything in it, then I run with it. And that's what I've always done. Right? I didn't do that the first year, obviously, because the first year I only had a couple of sources. I have several sources now, right? And what happens is when I get information off, say, one source, I'll go to the rest of them and say, listen, do you think there's anything in this? Have you heard anything? And then they'll get back to me. And then if they get back to me and say, yeah, there might be something in this, then I'll run with it. Right? That's how you do it. Right? You don't claim that you're right. You don't claim that it's 100% fact, because it ain't. It ain't until BBC make an official confirmation, like I've always been saying. So, look, I'm being honest. Maybe take this with a pinch of salt. Chibnall was fired for real this time. Whittaker was given the push. Well, listen, that is something that has been flying about. Right? And I would say that there's something in that. I believe there's something in that. Series 14 could be a total overhaul. I think it will be, John. This is why I'm saying I think BBC, while people out there think BBC may have not learned lessons, I think they have. I think they have. I think they've lost so much money with this show, right? Licensees coming to them and begging them. You know, they have deals with China, HBO Max. If they're not happy, right? And I think people forget this as well. If they're not happy, doesn't matter what the J-bots say. Doesn't matter what all of these other YouTubers or big Twitter accounts out there that are shilling all of this. Doesn't matter what they say. And this is why I said, you know, get behind this hashtag. You know, because the thing about it is, you know, I want to get this hashtag trending. If we can just get a few of the big YouTubers to get their supporters and agree on a day where we all post our hashtag, we could really get that trending, right? And then the interesting thing will be, will journalists like Jeffrey Morgan and Hugh the Shill Fullerton, will they do articles on this and say, oh, look, hashtag Sheen for 14's trending? I doubt it very much, because they're trying to control the narrative, right? They're helping these feminist group get what they want. And what they don't realise is they're helping kill the show, right? Now, I will say this, while we don't know what's going to happen with Series 14 and stuff like that, you know, at the end of the day, we don't know who's going to be cast yet, right? But we've already got people saying, oh, well, Series 14 is going to be crap. Well, you don't know that. You don't know that. Nobody knows that. Nobody knows it, right? And as I said, if you look at what's happening with Chris Chibnall's final season, BBC have already put their foot down. It's going to be serialised, right? He's been told, and I said this to you last year, I think it was last year, where I said that Chris Chibnall was told that he needed to tidy up the whole thing. You know, remember Charlotte was on here, and she even made the point, and she was spot on at the time when she turned around and says, why would they say that if he wasn't leaving, right? And then what happened? We get the announcement that he's leaving. So Charlotte, you know, Charlotte has a head on her shoulders, and she could see things as just as good as I can and the rest of us can, right? I'm telling you now, he's being ordered to do all of this. Michael says, goodbye, Tardazone. Are you heading off? Are you heading off for the night? Or are you saying goodbye because you're leaving the channel? But whatever it is, good night. Yeah, Charlotte was spot on, because when she seen that line in the interview where told to type, no. So again, you have to listen to these things very carefully and how things are worded. And you know, as I said, when Jodie didn't appear on the annual, then I knew, as I said, that this was definitely going to happen this time, and that she was definitely gone. And I reckon, and I'm not saying I've been told this, I haven't, but I reckon they were booted. I really do think they were booted. And if they were booted, right, which they'll never admit, but if they were booted, then I'm sorry, guys, to those that are saying that Doctor Who is dead. Well, that indicates to me that BBC want this show to go in a different direction than what it's gone in. So, you know, as I said, you have to be very careful, you know, when you have to be very careful when you're trying to decipher some of these rumors, or people that are talking about rumors. If these rumors are rubbish, why are you reporting on it? Also, why are you streaming? Oh, here we go again. Another one, probably the same person. The reason why I'm reporting it's rubbish is because I'm informing the fandom that it's rubbish. And I've already shown that it's rubbish. And if you were here from the start, you would see that Sally Wainwright, who they're all mentioning, the showrunner, is actually working for Disney. And I've proven that. If someone could actually remove that person now, please. Thank you very much. I've answered you now anyway. And you obviously didn't watch me live stream because I said I was thinking of giving up YouTube. I didn't actually say I was giving up YouTube. Okay, I was very upset and I said a lot of things during that stream. If you have a problem with that, I don't really give a crap, to be quite honest with you. But this is what I do. I report on what's going on out there in the fandom. And you know, if I think that there's something out there and I can prove that it's rubbish, I will report on it. And that's what I've done. So, you know, yeah, I know, garbage. Don't answer them. Don't answer them. Do you know what that is, right? Do you know what that is? That's jealousy right there. That's jealousy because that person probably wanted Sally Wainwright, probably wanted the female doctor. And the fact that I'm coming out and I'm proving that it's all bullshit, they don't like it. They don't like it. Right? So, Series 14 will have to do some fan service to boost interest and create new stuff as well. Exactly, John. That well may be the case. It would, to be quite honest with you. But exactly, PD, exactly. And look, there's rumors flying about the two specials as well that they're going to be directed and maybe written by others and not Chris Chibnall himself. So, you know, again, hasn't been verified, but all I'll just say is that, as I've always said on this channel, even when I throw out rumors there, always wait for an official announcement from the BBC themselves. But this is what I do as a YouTuber. So if you don't like the fact, for people out there that are just coming on here to have a little go at me, if you don't like the fact what I'm reporting, then don't watch me channel, right? You're not obligated to watch me videos. You know, you can just move on, right? But you see, that's the problem, which is you can't move on. So look, at the end of the day, as I said, I've already proven that Sally is going to be doing and working for Disney. This rumor was reported by Council of Geeks, and then Mr. Tardis retweeted it. Then Radio Times did an article on it, and I've already proven that she's going to be busy working for Disney. So Sally Wainwright is not going to be showrunner of Doctor Who. As I said, right now BBC are actively looking at candidates, and they're actively looking at candidates for the Doctor, but no decisions have been made yet. As I said, the announcement was made after Comic-Con. It gives them plenty of time now to make the right choices, because as I said, we've got Series 13 coming up this year. It'll start and then it'll run up until the New Year's Day, right? We'll have the New Year's special. Then this is me just speculating then. Then after that, I reckon the next special could be Easter, right? And then they could drag it all the way out until New Year's Day, 2022, going into 2023. It gives BBC plenty of time. And this is why it's being dragged out. This is why the extra specials were called for, right? It gives BBC time to make their choices, right? No decision has been made, and anybody reporting any different that showrunner has been picked and a doctor has been picked are lying through their teeth. I debated whether to leave sound, but his munching makes me happy. PD, I understand, but I will happily chat it through with people if they are kind and respectful. Yeah, nah, love. They just came on because, you know, same comment as the yesterday's live stream. So I suspect it's the same person. And more than likely, it's probably the one that's been stalking me and Daniel and others in the fandom. So take no notice. But I did respond by actually saying they haven't actually watched me stream properly anyway. Because if they did, I never actually said. I said I was thinking of giving up. I was upset, right? And then I did say a few times, I'm done, I'm done, I'm done. But I kept talking. People talked me out of it, right? As I said, my wife, people like PD Rich, Chris came to me as well. Ballstreck came to me, problem being Daniel, Charlotte, they all came to me and rallied around me and basically said, you know, chin up, Noel, don't give up. But we understand if you want to take a bit of a break, right? Which, you know, of course, cowards hide behind the keyboard and spread hate. It's grand. It's grand. Listen, I responded the way I responded, and it's done. I'm not going to make any more of an issue of it now. They've been removed anyway. But back to this Sally nonsense. Sally is not going to be showrunner. She's working for Disney. And as I said, I showed you that already at the start. And for anybody that actually thinks I'm lying, if you've just joined, I will show you this. I'll show you this article again. So hold on. Actually, here's one here, right? So this is definitive, by the way. So if the journalist of Radio Times had actually bothered to do a bit of research, right, which they don't, because they're not proper journalists, right, then you would have seen this, right? Not that. See, I hate the way they do these cookie things, right? So there you go. Happy Valley creator Sally Wainwright announces new series for Disney Plus. And look when the article was dropped, the 15th of April 2021, right? So how the hell is she going to be working for Doctor Who when she's going to be busy with Disney, right? And if they've got her to pen one series, more than likely they'll get her to do other stuff as well, right? So as I said, the only reason why these people are calling for Sally Wainwright is because if you watch Gentleman Jack, as I said, right, she writes particular stories, right, and it's the only reason why they want it, because they think that by bringing her in, she'll bring in a female doctor, and then the doctor will end up being a lesbian, right? That's the only reason, right? So they're pushing an agenda. They're trying to control the narrative, as I've been saying for weeks and months. I said it after Jodie was announced when she left, when Chris Chibnall. I said, watch them now try control the narrative, right? And all we've gotten from them is everybody coming out with their choice of doctor, and it happens to be a woman every time. They don't even consider a man. So they're controlling the narrative. But every person that they mentioned, like Michaela Cole, Hayley Atwell, right, those two have gotten work. Right? I wonder what other women they'll throw out. And then, look, as I said, you do research, you can easily find out what these people are doing. This is why I say, you know, Radio Times has become a bit of a joke. Actually became a joke after Jodie Whittaker was cast. Because obviously ever since she has been cast, they've been chilling hard. All of their journalists that work for Radio Times have been chilling her hard. And it's absolutely disgraceful, actually. You know, they're just supposed to report, right, on stuff. And you know, if they want us to start taking them seriously, well, then, in fairness, you shouldn't be reporting on random YouTubers who don't have a track record of putting out rumors. And even the fact that they've said that it doesn't even come from them, it comes from a friend of a friend, right? That should tell you all you need to know, right? And as I said, I've showed you already that rumor is complete nonsense. Anyway, so this is what we're dealing with in this fandom. So as I said, if some of you are moderating for these big YouTubers, could you just do me a favor, try and alert them to this Sheen, hashtag Sheen for 14. Let's try get them involved. Let's try get them, we'll all organise, get this trending. And then we'll see if these journalists from these magazines will actually report on it. And they won't. I've already got 3 dislikes on this live stream. If you could do us a favour and smash that like button, we have 33 people watching right now. I've got 20 likes. If you could smash that like button, I'd really appreciate it. There's some sad people in this fandom. I've actually shown that rumour is bullshit and I'm getting dislikes because they don't like the fact that I come out and I expose their crap, right? And this is why I get the hate that I get, because they don't want someone like me, because they know I don't like this era, but they certainly don't want me to be the one to let you know that what's going on within Rumourville and exposing crap like this, right? They don't want me to be the one to do it, right? Imagine having no integrity. Imagine being a shit journalist that you'd actually do. You'd actually report on something that isn't true. Isn't true. Yeah, clickbait journalists, as PD calls them. And the classic 80s fanboy says, there is no such thing as proper investigative journalism anymore. I agree with you there. Yes, the interview with Lizzo on BBC News never mentioned a male actor. They were all female. Exactly. They're trying to push this narrative. Right? They're trying to push this narrative because they are one of the loudest voices in the fandom, unfortunately. You know, they think that BBC will listen to them. Now, as I said, if BBC want Doctor Who to succeed, they have to stop listening to these morons. Because they don't have Doctor Who's good intentions at all. They don't have good intentions for Doctor Who. They just want the show to continue to be a propaganda piece, to flog their ideology. And, you know, as I said, you had people like Mr. Tardis saying, oh, well, I hope they do get Sally in because it'll upset the Not My Doctors. And then when he wrote that up, then all of his supporters start writing the same. Oh, let's get Sally in because she'll upset the Not My Doctors. That's all they care about. All they care about is upsetting. Now, they call them Not My Doctors, but I will say long-term fans, because that's what they are. They want to make sure that long-term fans never come back to this show and that are upset about this. And that's the only reason why they want Sally cast. It's the only reason why they want a woman to be the Doctor. It's the only reason. It's agenda, agenda, agenda. They do not care about Doctor Who. They never have. They're always complaining about the show anyway, whether it's the classic era being problematic or whether it's New Who, as we have seen with them, with John Smith's character in Human Nature, Family of Blood. They went after that saying that he was racist and he was sexist and all of this other rubbish, right? That's what they do. They just complain. They don't care about this show and never have. And BBC and Radio Times and everybody else that's out there that's reporting needs to understand that these kids and these people, these YouTubers, these influencers that we have in the fandom, right, do not care about Doctor Who. They don't care about Doctor Who. They only care about the agenda and the ideology that's inserted into the show, right? And as long as they keep getting what they want and it keeps upsetting long-term fans, they're happy. That's all they want. They just want to upset fans. Now, as I said, just to put it out there, you know, there are fans, even on our side, that aren't opposed to a female Doctor if it was a good actress. But we didn't get a good actress. So now I believe it's tainted, and they in my personal opinion, I think they should go back to a man for this Doctor, right? But, you know, even some people on our side of the fandom have softened to the idea of a female Doctor if they got the right actress in. But they won't get the right actress in. That's the problem, though. they won't get the right actress in. They'll want a certain actress to bring in. And I mean, the fact that they're even talking about Jo Martin's level is Holby City, right? She's not good enough for Doctor Who, right? Just like Jodie Whittaker wasn't good enough for Doctor Who, right? Because her level was Broadchurch and whatever that nurse show that she was in, right? That's their level, right? Jo Martin's not good enough for the Doctor, right? If you're gonna go for proper proper high caliber actresses, then you go for an actress like Olivia Colman or someone of that ilk, someone that actually has a decent CV. And yes, she's won an Oscar. It doesn't matter about that, you know, but that's where they need to be aiming if they want to bring in a female doctor. They need to get someone of that caliber, and they need to bring someone in like that and throw the money at them if that's what you want to do. If you want to bring in a female doctor, that's what you need to do. You need someone of that caliber, right? But if you're bringing in another Jodie Whittaker or another Jo Martin, right, as in the caliber and the level of actress that they are, right? Even Jodie Comer, right? She's a good actress, right? I've seen her in other shows, bar Killing Eve. I haven't seen Killing Eve. All I've ever seen is obviously is a few clips here and there. And I think I did actually watch one episode somewhere along the line one night, and then I just stopped. But she is a good actress, but she's not good enough for Doctor Who. She's still not good enough for Doctor Who. So I'm sorry, you know, you need someone. If you're going to go with a woman, you need a high caliber actress, you know. But they won't do that. As for a bloke, you know, again, I'll say the same thing. For me, you need a big name. And for me, that big name is Michael Sheen. Now, if you don't go with him, go with Richard Ayoade, who came second in that poll. You could go with him. You could go with a Tom Ellis, right? That's a good choice. You could go with Tom Ellis. You know, but you cannot be bringing in someone like a Jodie Whittaker or Jo Martin, even if it's at that level. You need a name. You need a name. Okay, I don't know if the troll is still going, but because I just see a few comments there. But listen, just ignore them. If they come in, just block them straight away, moderators, right? We haven't got time for these idiots anymore. And I'm not going to be getting upset over them anymore. So just get rid of them straight away. Don't even give them a chance to make a second comment. They have to be removed straight away. And when I mean removed, I mean hidden from the channel, not just timed out for 300 seconds or whatever it is. I want you to remove them permanently from the channel. We're not going to be dealing with that nonsense anymore on this channel. We're done. You know, I've got better things to be doing than to having to respond to idiots all the time and getting upset over them. I'm done getting upset with these people now. I said everything that I had to say over the weekend, you know, that Friday night. And I had the weekend to think about what I wanted to do. And as I said, I had people rally around me. And the thing about it is they were all saying it. And they can all come in the chat and tell you. They all told me not to give up. They all told me to say, take as much time as I needed, but don't give in to these trolls. And I'm not going to give in to these trolls, right? I've lasted this long, you know, battling these people. I'm not going to stop now. You know what I mean? So, as I said, you time them to report them. Yeah, time them out if you need to report them first, right? But then remove them from the channel as you have all been instructed there in the chat by Teddy Terrier Tales. Do that. Oh, by the way, do check out Teddy Terrier Tales on Instagram and on YouTube if you want to see some Teddy videos. And earlier on, I put up a video. I showed you some of me holograms that I got for Series 10 box set. It's only a couple of minutes video. If you haven't checked it out, please check it out. We got some goodies in our Series 10 box set. And there's other box sets that I haven't opened yet. So it'll be very interesting. And when I do open them up, I'll show you whatever goodies I got. But you always get some goodies in these box sets. So it'll be nice to check them out. And I see PD has already, and Chris, both of them, well done, both on the bottle. Yeah, Cheryl keeps trying to get me to watch The Flight Attendant, but right now I'm resistant. Normally, though, when she does mention the show, and then I do watch it, ends up being good. But I'm just not in the right frame of mind to watch it right now. But apparently, it's supposed to be very good. But look, they got Michelle Gomez spot on when it came to them playing the Master. Now, for me, I still don't kind of recognize her as the female version of the Master. But the role that she did play, she was brilliant. Now, I have softened to the idea of a female Master because of Missy's performance. But I would have looked. See, what kind of has ruined it for me with Missy now is that she got a redemption arc, right? And then Gobshite comes along, and then he brings Sacha Dhawan in, and then the redemption arc is completely destroyed. Like, you know? Like, I know some fans probably didn't like the Missy redemption arc, but I did. I've been rewatching Series 10, as I said, with Pearl Mackie and Peter Capaldi, and such an underrated series. And you know what? Normally when I do mention Series 10, oh, is that the series where Bill tells us she's a lesbian every 2 minutes? No, she doesn't tell us every 2 minutes. She does kind of say a good bit, and I'm not going to lie. But if you ignore that and you actually watch the stories, right? There's not one bad story. I'm sorry, and if people disagree with me on this one, obviously you have every right to do so. But I'm just going to say this. For me personally, if you look at the writing of Series 10, it's probably some of Moffat's best. There's not one bad episode in Series 10 that I've watched so far. Not one. I'd say the weakest one is the pilot, actually. Even the three monks one, yeah, that one does drag out a little bit, but they're still very interesting stories and keep you at the edge of your seat. And I've been loving Series 10. Peter Capaldi's era, actually, I have to say, I've been rewatching Peter Capaldi's era. I did watch Series 8 a while back. I have to say, very underrated era. And I think at the time, you know, we didn't realize what we had until you get to what comes next. If you go back and actually watch, and I would urge people, even if there are people out there that weren't a fan of Peter Capaldi's Doctor, right, or a fan of any of the stories, I would urge us, now would be the best time to go and watch Peter Capaldi's era again, right? And I can guarantee you guys that some of you will be shocked in a good way at how good Peter actually was and how good some of the stories were. Now, I'm not going to sit here and lie and tell you that he wasn't in some bad stories. He was, right? That's without a shadow of a doubt. But look at his acting even in them. It's immense. It's immense. I'm telling you. Seriously, guys, Series 10 is very underrated. The Peter Capaldi era is very underrated. And why do you think they go after him and attack him? Because they know that the word that I would use with Peter Capaldi's era is the writing is inconsistent. But there are some brilliant stories within that. And even the poor stories that are in this are better than that Chris Chibnall has written for the whole entire run of Doctor Who. I would suggest, and I would say to you guys out there, for even fans that didn't watch Peter Capaldi, because I know there are some fans that stopped at Matt Smith or stopped at the 50th, I would say to you guys, please check it out. Check out Peter, because I'm telling you, there are some lovely gems in there, some surprises. And you know what I didn't realize about Series 10? I didn't realize how emotional it was. The bleeding. I was sitting here I'll tell you what episode that was, right? I was sitting here with tears running down my face when I was watching, where is it? Where I was watching the pyramid at the end of the world, right? And the land, the lie of the land, right? The lie of the land, right? At the end of that, where look at Peter Capaldi's performance there when Bill goes over to the monk and puts a hand on the monk. Look at Peter Capaldi's reaction as the doctor when she goes and does that. I tell you, that got me. That got me. And you know what? I know it gets a bit of criticism as well. But Thin Ice, where he punches the racist, I'm sorry, but I love that scene because he gives this whole big speech about how we have to be better. And then as soon as your man comes in, what you do sitting there? Know your betters and all. And then the doctor just punches him in the face. I'm telling you, there's some. I don't know. I think as fans, because I was one of them, I think we were a bit too harsh on Peter Capaldi's era. I think if you go back and watch it retrospectively, is that what they call it? Yeah, you will find that this era is better than what we actually thought. There are some gems in there. And we already know that one of the greatest episodes is within his era, which is Heaven Sent. There's no denying that that's the great story. Even the one before that, what was it? The one with the what was it called? The one with the Raven. What was it called? I can't think of the bleeding name. Face of the Raven, is it? Is that what it was called? Something like that. Those episodes leading up to Heaven Sent are bleeding brilliant. It's just unfortunately then we got Hellbent after it. And I still hate Hellbent, by the way. But as I said, within that, there's some good stories. Listen, do you know what? Maybe one day I will do a stream just dedicated to Peter Capaldi's era. Bring people on to discuss their favourite stories. But I would say to you guys, right? Go and check it out. Go if it's been a while since you've watched Peter Capaldi's era, and if you have the box sets, get your box sets out and go and check that era out. And I guarantee you'll be surprised. I just I just can't believe how harsh I was when it came to Peter Capaldi's era. Because looking back now, I was harsh. His era is a lot better than people make out to be. And yes, while there is agenda within that era, and I'm not going to lie, it's compared to what we got with Chibnall, it's not as bad. It really isn't. I actually think, Chibnall has actually done us a favour in a way, as I said, because Peter Capaldi's era to me is looking so much better. And it's not just because, I genuinely am enjoying these stories. I would highly recommend just go back and watch his era. But I will say the Series 10 for me is probably the most complete of his whole era. I mean, it starts off with the return of Dr. Mysterio. I don't like that anyway. But then you have the pilot Smile. I love Smile. I've always had a soft spot for Smile. I love those emoji robots. Then you have Thin Ice. Then you have Knock Knock and Oxygen, Extremist, the Pyramid at the End of the World, the Lie of the Land, Empress of Mars. I just watched that recently as well. Absolutely brilliant. The Eaters of Light, World Enough and Time, and The Doctor Falls. This season is one of the most underrated seasons of New Who's era. Just like Series 3, in my opinion, is very underrated as well. But this is an underrated series. And I'm telling you, the amount of, I have to say, I'm looking at this now, right? And I have to be honest, the amount of content and extras that Stephen Moffat has put into this is unbelievable. You get Doctor Who Extra, the return of Dr. Mysterio, The Doctor kind of hero, knock knock, about becoming the companion out of this world. Who's there? Then you've got Rona Monroe, if that's, I think I'm saying it right. Obviously, she did the monks story. You've got the deleted scenes, and you've got Doctor Who, the final countdown. Then you have Doctor Who, the fan show, the after shows. Now, if I remember correctly, if those after shows, if she was still there, that does have one downside. It would have Crystal D on it. But other than that, I have to be honest. Yeah. Now, Matthew, that was mentioned by Cheryl. Nobody said that at the time, but I don't have a problem with that because, you know, look at what happened with America, right? So it's not a hard stretch to think that there was black soldiers in the Victorian era, because if you look with Vietnam and stuff like that, you know, even though, you know, African Americans didn't have any rights really in America, they were still representing their country and fighting wars for their country, but they wouldn't fight for them at home, as Muhammad Ali said. Why? Because that's why Muhammad Ali refused to go. He says, why should I go and fight a war for you when you won't even fight for me in my country, right? But a lot of people, a lot of African Americans did fight in wars, even though their country may not have been nice to them. But look, I think everybody needs to forget all of that as well, though. Just go and watch the stories and forget about what skin color someone has, for God's sake. You know, if it's a good story, which The Empress of Mars is a good story, it's got the Ice Warriors in it. What's that not like about the Ice Warriors? It's actually a great story. It's actually a great story. I'll defend it because, you know, look, if you enjoy it and think it's a good story, right, then you can block out all of that other agenda stuff. Trust me. Yeah, well, we won't get into that, PD Rich, because obviously when Jodie was first cast, me and her clashed because she did disrespect Classic Who, and at the time, as you all know, I don't give a crap. I will call out anybody that disrespects our show, a show that we've grown up and loved all of our lives. So she didn't take too kindly to me coming and calling her out on that. And I do the same thing all over again. If you're going to come out and say shit like, well, I review Doctor Who at 1.5 speed or 1.5 speed, well, then you're being disrespectful. Listen, if that's how you do reviews, that's fine, right? But you don't tell everybody else out there that that's how you do it, right? Because you sound like a disrespectful twat, right? And I called her out for it. And then she claimed then she'd been bullied. And then she got all our mob to attack me. And then what does she do? Just like the rest of them, blocked me. Blocked me. So don't worry. People like her have had their day in the fandom. Sure, she was, I won't say it because I got into trouble at the time. But all I will say is she's not there anymore. She got a new job because she was told to get a new job. So yeah, look, I will do a separate stream on Peter Capaldi's era, and I'm going to bring on some Peter Capaldi fans to talk about this, break it all down. But I'm telling you that his era is not as bad as we thought. I've been rewatching. There are some duds in there, right? But there's some gems. There's some absolute gems. And I love his Doctor. That's why I'm pissed off. He was seriously, for anybody that questions me Suicide Squad review, I'm just gonna say this, right? Doctor Who was the last time that I seen Peter Capaldi in acting, right? So when I found out he was doing the Suicide Squad, I was over the moon. because I thought I was going to get more Peter Capaldi, more Peter Capaldi fix, as they say, right? And then when I watched the movie and I seen how little he was in it, I was devastated. I was actually pissed off. Hyping him up that much to be in the movie for about 10 minutes altogether. That's not the only reason why I didn't like the Suicide Squad, by the way. If you watch me review with Cheryl, you will find out why we didn't like the movie. But back to all of this nonsense, right, before I leave. So Sally Wainwright will not be Doctor Who showrunner because I've already shown people she's working for Disney+. Also, the rumours of people saying that a Doctor has already been cast is not true. No decisions have been made yet, but BBC are actively in the hunt now. They're looking at candidates, they're approaching people, but I can't say who right now. I do have information on names, but right now I'm not allowed to run with it. As soon as I am allowed to run with it, I will let you guys know. But I can tell you categorically from the list of names that we have, she's not named as one of the potential showrunners. So, as I said, that rumour that was reported by the Radio Times, as I said, it's hack journalism. They've no integrity. And the fact that they seem to be pushing this narrative and this agenda is actually quite sickening. So let's remember, as I said, and as I said to you guys out there, if you're moderating on bigger YouTube channels, if you could try get their attention and bring their attention to this, and please give them the reasons why, right? Why they should back this. Because I know you will get the same pushback as I got. Oh, well, Doctor Who is dead. I don't care because the same people are in charge as BBC and all of this rubbish, right? At the end of the day, and I'll say this again, BBC are capable of creating some good shows. They've already proven it with shows like The Bodyguard, right? Line of Duty, Killing Eve, as I mentioned earlier on, Peaky Blinders. You know, they are capable of creating great TV. The problem is, as I said, and I'll say this again, Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker are basically told, do what you want, and this is what we got. Now they realise they've made a mistake, right? And now his final series, they've already made changes. It's going to be serialized, and we're going to have we're going to have stories, but it's going to have an overall story arc to it, right? The way it's supposed to be, right? Now, whether he can execute it is what Chris Chibnall, what we all fear that he won't be able to do, because he's already proven that he's not good enough, right? But he may improve slightly with this new format, right? And the fact that they put their foot down, and they needed to put their foot down, right? Because as I've been reporting on this channel, BBC were actually shocked at how far he went, right? And as I already spoken about, which is being spoken about on other channels now, which is the weird thing, right? And being reported about. I told you on this channel that there were different factions, that there was people behind the scenes not happy with what he was doing. And I was told I was talking out my arse. But now recently, other people have been talking about it. Right? So everything that I tell you is, you know, as I said, I've no reason to lie to you. I put out what I'm given, right? And I think my sources have already proven, I should say, that they have a good track record. So I'm not saying you should listen to everything that I say, right? Because that's not how it works either. But what I will say is this, is that when I do put something out, always wait for official confirmation anyway, right? And then we'll see where the cards lay. But let's be honest, my sources have got a good track record, and they haven't let me down that too often, let's be honest. So, and for you guys that watch the channel all the time, you know that for a fact that that's fact, right? Doesn't matter what other stupid little YouTuber out there does with these little hit pieces and doesn't do proper research. Again, these people don't do proper research, because if the person that did the hit piece on me actually did proper research, he would have seen that I've done live streams where I elaborate on the rumors that I've put out, right? And then if something changes, I will do a stream and talk about what's changed. But they don't do proper research. They just want you to see what they want you to see. And it's the same with all of this nonsense with showrunners and with doctors being cast and all of this. And they all happen to be women. Not one of them has ever mentioned a man. It's all women. Right? So they're, as I said, they're trying to control the narrative. So make sure that for any of you guys, as I said, that are moderators of these big channels out there, if you could alert them and give them your reasons why they should get behind this, because I know there will be a bit of resistance, because I have already gotten a bit of resistance to it. But for everybody in this chat that has used the hashtag Sheen414, I want to thank you all very much. Continue to do so, and then if I do see it up on Twitter, I will retweet you with the hashtag Sheen414. But keep it going. You are doing great for everybody out there that has. You are doing absolutely fantastic, and thank you for getting behind this. Of course, I'm not the one that should get credit for this, because obviously I didn't start this all off. Eddie did, and I wanted to get behind it because Michael Sheen is someone that I would like to see do the Doctor. So, get behind it, hashtag it as much as you can. And as I said, if any of you have any influence, which is our moderation of the bigger YouTube channels, if you could have a word with them and tell them the reasons why they should get behind this, I would really appreciate it. We have a few people already saying that they've sent an email. We got Chris there saying he sent an email. Well done. There's a couple of other people in the chat that have also said they've sent an email. Remember, and I'll say this again, and I know the people that have sent emails would have been polite, but make sure you are polite when you're sending your email. Well, as I said, you just want to, tell BBC that you have concerns and why you think the show hasn't worked, and give your reasons and explain, as I said, because these emails can be easily ignored. But if you get a high volume of them like they did the last time, it will be hard to ignore. And if we could still, as I said, if we can get this hashtag properly trending at the same time, get these big YouTubers to get behind it, well, then we're gaining more momentum for Michael Sheen as well. Remember that. Right now, the momentum is with him. Right now, the articles are all about him, right? The news media are reporting on him. Even in this country, they're reporting on it. Wales Online now dropped an article as well talking about it. So he's in the media spotlight. Let's keep him there. Now, I've already seen people put Hayley Atwell for 14, but what the sad individuals don't know is that she's already going to be working on another show, so she won't be 14 Doctor. But now they're trying to set up their own hashtag, and this is why I think it's very important that these bigger YouTubers put their personal feelings aside towards the BBC and get behind this hashtag. If we can get this trending, then look, the media can't ignore it. They can't ignore it. They ignore it. They're being hypocrites, and then we'll know. Then they'll be exposed. As I said, you'll see their agenda, right? Because they don't get behind this. Why? If they don't report on it, why? So everybody says I'm always polite. That's good. So I just want to thank everybody for turning up tonight. Again, I didn't think this was this was worthy of a pre-record, especially if I'm going to be coming out and dissing someone's rumours as bull. I will do it live. I will come out and I'll say that it's bull. I have no fear in saying that because I already know. Because as I said, all it takes is to do a little bit of research, and these people in the Radio Times would have seen that this rumor was absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense. So look, I'm going to leave it there. Tomorrow is Wednesday, isn't it? So we're supposed to, well, I don't know what to do about the movie stream. Actually, I haven't checked the poll since I put it up. So I don't even know what movie is won. Let me see. Ah, Jesus. Okay. Well, it's a landslide victory, right? So we'll do it in order of percentage wise. So in last place with 1% of the vote, we have the movie Unlawful Entry. Now these are Kurt Russell movies, by the way, right? With 3% of the vote, we've got Breakdown. With 4% of the vote, we have Overboard. With 7% of the vote, we have Tango and Cash. But with a whopping 85% of the vote, and I knew this was going to happen actually as soon as I put this movie up, to be quite honest, I thought, well, some people might know the likes of Breakdown and Unlawful Entry. They'll definitely know about Tango, Cash and Overboard. But Big Trouble in Little China has 85% of the vote. I can't believe that. Well, I can, actually. What am I saying? 85% of the vote. So, if we do the movie stream tomorrow, it will be Big Trouble in Little China. If you want to join, if you just want to join us for that, I will have a word with the people that I do the movie streams with, and we'll see what we'll do. Someone did suggest that we do a pre-record of it, and then throw it up after the fact. But I don't know if some of you guys would be willing to come in when we do it live. So let me know. Let me know in the comment section of this video if you would like us to do it live, or will we do it a pre-record. But yeah, Big Trouble in Little China won the vote. So there you go, a landslide, an absolute landslide. It's a great movie, though. I have to be honest. It is. It's one of my favorite Kurt Russell movies. It's brilliant, actually. It's been a while since I've seen that one. So yeah, I will. And I've been checking out all the movies over the last couple of nights. Actually, just sitting here watching movies that I grew up with. Which I'm finding I'm doing quite a lot, because, you know, I'm not saying that they're not making good television now, right? But it's not as good as it used to be years ago, right? As I said, I'm not going to deny that there are still some good shows being made, but go back and watching stuff that I grew up with during my childhood has been absolutely eye-opening, actually. Some of the movies that I've watched when I was a kid, and I watched them back as an adult, and I don't know what it is, they seem to be better to me even now. You know, and you know, it's a bit of nostalgia as well. Puts a smile on my face, have to be honest. It's been a very interesting couple of nights for me watching all of these things. But I want to thank you all for getting behind that hashtag, and I'm going to leave it there now. And what we'll do is, as I said, I'll have a word with the people that I do the movie streams with, and see what they think. I do the movie with Real Super Doctor and a couple of others, so we'll see what they have to say. Whether it's pre-record or whether we do it live. But as I said, let us know in the comment section after this stream goes up. And what I will do is I'll put the articles in the link description for this. And also, I have to go back to the video, the last stream that I did. Some of that Doctor Who art that we threw up, I've been sent the link now to that person's work, so I'm going to throw that up on the channel as well. That'll be in the link description as well, just to cover all bases. Even though we do call their name out live on the stream and give them the credit, I'm going to put it in the link description as well, because someone out there is targeting me videos, and they seem to be reporting them for absolutely nothing. YouTube, of course, sent me an email to say, after careful review, your video has been passed and all of this. So they're desperately trying to take down the channel, which is sad. But these people don't realize that this is my livelihood. This is my day job, my night job, whatever you want to call it. This is my job. This is my career, and they're trying to take that away from me. And by God, I am not going to allow that to happen. Not now. Too many people depend on me. But not only that, we've built up a community here, and I don't want to be the one responsible for breaking all of that up, because we do have a wonderful community. And as I said, I'm not going to let these people upset me anymore. So we'll leave it at that. I want to thank all my moderators who are in the chat right now. We got Daniel PD Rich. We got Chris Persia also. Just want to make sure that I've got you all. That's all the ranges that we have in the chat tonight, I think. Oh, Teddy Terrier Tales was there earlier as well. So I want to thank all my mods, and I want to thank everybody else that was in the chat as well. Disaster Area Tour Doctor, Rachel Mullins. Who else have we got? The classic 80s fanboy, Matthew Pounder. It's nice to see Matthew in there. Again, me and Matthew in the early days on Facebook with each other, being attacked by all of these trolls. Funny, trying to attack me and him. Who else have we got? Let's see. I think I've mentioned everybody already. Yeah, I think I've mentioned everybody already. If I've missed anybody, I apologize. I do apologize. Oh, we've got XSM in the chat as well. Sorry, I forgot to mention them as well. So that's it. I'm off, folks. Gonna leave it there. So don't forget, hashtag Sheen for 14. I will talk to you guys very, very soon. Listen, look after yourselves. Stay safe. And remember, we all take a battering online. If you need to talk, from what I've, over this weekend has really opened my eyes. You really do need to talk to someone and not bottle all of this stuff up. Like I did. I've been taking crap for the last few years, but I've been bottling it all up. It's not a good idea. Trust me. You're better off talking to someone. So if there's anything playing on your mind, remember there are people in this community that are willing to listen. And I should know, because when everything happened with me, everybody rallied around me and cheered me up and gave me words of advice and stuff like that. And it meant a lot. So listen, look after yourselves, stay safe, look after your well-being, and I will talk to you all very, very soon. Good night, folks. Have a good one.